Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Yasuo.
The 010. What a beautiful day on the Summoner's Rift. I just hope nothing ruins it, like a storm, my monthly taxes, or the worst of all, an Yasuo. No! Yasuo, ladies and gentlemen. That one champion that is the true definition of cancer. The one windy boy that everyone hates playing against. The champion that redefined what feeding means when he came out. This is Yasuo. Yasuo is a very annoying, super high damage, super high mobility, super high feeding, super low health, super annoying samurai wannabe who excels at destroying everyone as long as he's not 0-3, which will be about 95% of the games. His kit is extremely annoying to play against and he can give people AIDS. The correct strategy to playing against an Yasuo isn't to outplay him. Nah. All you have to do is patiently wait. If you just observe an Yasuo in their natural habitat, they're bound to outplay themselves. Abilities! Yasuo's passive is called Way of the Intentional Feeding. It has two components, intent and resolve. Your intent is to feed and you can resolve that by picking another champion. Very funny, Tori! Big humor! I know. Basically all the critical strike chance you build on Yasuo is doubled, which means that you only need 50% crit chance in order to crit every single time. In return, your critical hits deal 10% reduced damage. Also, Yasuo stacks this thing called Flow. You build that while moving around. Once your bar is full up with Flow, you get a nice little shield the next time you take damage from a champion or a monster. I would say that this is probably the most overpowered passive in the entire game. I mean, double critical strike chance? And then a shield? What? I mean that feeling when you're just about to kill him and then he survives with no health thanks to his shield. Yasuo's Z ability is called Sweeping 8. Yasuo dashes, dealing a small amount of magical damage and marks the target for the next few seconds. While the target is marked, Yasuo cannot dash through it again. The dash has nearly no cooldown and no cost, and when you use this ability, your next dash deals 25% increased damage, which stacks up to 2 times. This ability is AIDS, man! Oh, and by dashing you get lots of flow, because you're moving around. I mean, this ability is... unlimited amount of dashes! That deal damage! What? This is what makes the difference between a godly Yasuo and a... wait for it, Trashuo. Lil! It's what good players use to outplay their opponents and what bad players use to outplay themselves. It's also the ability that makes the average Yasuo feel like they can outplay their opponent while they're 0-5. I mean, it's a great tool to escape sticky situations, especially if you're good with the champion and know how to jump over walls. Sayonara, muchacho! Yasuo's Q ability is called Steal Cancer. Yasuo stabs enemies in front of him, dealing physical damage and applying on-hit effects to the first enemy hit. The ability's cooldown and casting animation go lower the more attack speed you have. Hitting something with this grants you a stack of Gathering Storm for the next few seconds. Upon acquiring 2 stacks of Gathering Storm, you become a Janna and toss a tornado in the target direction instead. The tornado deals the same amount of damage, but also knocks up enemies it hits too. Upon using Steal Cancer right after you've used Sweeping 8, Yasuo hits everything in a circle around him instead. This is the ability that makes all the damages happen basically. It hits hard and it hits a lot. With some attack speed, the cooldown on this goes down to 1.33 seconds. What? You wanna use this in conjunction with your normal attacks so it can act as an auto-attack reset of sorts. I personally avoid using the circular Steal Cancer as it doesn't allow you to auto-attack before using it and lowers the damage your champion does a bit, but that's just me. Yasuo's W is called... Wind bullshit. Yasuo creates this wall of bullshit that blocks every single projectile in the game. Ashe's ultimate, no problems. Ezreal's ultimate, no problems again. Ornn's Ram, freaking Ornn's Ram, man, gone. It's just disgusting. It's also known to block auto attacks, minions attacks, any sort of fun in the game, and in rare instances it's also seen to block my wish to play this game. Upon leveling this up a bit, your wall becomes big, like big enough to make even Trump shed a tear. It's literally the single most bullshit ability in the whole game. Yasuo's ultimate is called Last. I run out of words here. Let's see, 8, Cancer, Last Syphilis. I don't know, man. Yasuo can only use it on enemies that are currently knocked up. Upon casting it, Yasuo dashes next to his opponents and slaps them a bunch of times. He falls slamming them to the ground, dealing high amounts of damage. He also fills up his flow bar immediately, getting an instant shield ready. For the next 15 seconds, Yasuo's critical strikes gain 50% bonus armor penetration. Oh man! I haven't prepared myself a little song here because I saw Hashinshin made one and I think that's the trend now, so here goes. Ain't no tank when I out. When I out, they go away. Ain't no tank when I out. And the armor in result, where is it? It went away. Angel voice! Bravo! Bravo! If you end up picking Conqueror, and you should, there is literally no such thing as a tank. You have 20% true damage, another 15% from the Infinity Edge, then you have 50% bonus armor penetration with your ultimate. It's as if every single enemy becomes an AD carry against you. Today, this champion seems insanely strong. Why is everyone going 0-10 with him? Well, the champion is strong, but here are some of the characteristics of the average Yasuo main. Alright, so first of all, the average Yasuo main consistently wants to outplay everyone on the enemy team at once, even when he has no real chance of succeeding. He also tries to dash away from on-hit stuns and auto attacks. He spams his mastery level 7 every time he dies, and he has an IQ that is about the same as their age. 14. With all of that in mind, it isn't too hard to see why most people suck ass with the champion. Oof, Tode, that's a bit harsh, man. I know, I'm sorry. How to play Yasuo? Look in Yasuo and use these runes. Why not resolve secondary, you might be wondering. Hey, you're gonna be feeding anyway. Don't wanna make it more difficult, right? Pick up a Doran's Blade and run it down mid. Try to play it safe, even if that's against your Yasuo religion. Get one of those boots depending on the game. A Phantom Dancer and an Infinity Edge. Now you got the damages. Generally you want to try going in for Trace when the enemy uses their abilities to clear the minions so you can kill them without worrying about dying. Oh, and remember, the enemy's minions are your allies. Try to fight only when the enemy has at least 2 minions that you can dash on. If you end up feeding, don't worry. Your team probably expects you to feed anyways. Try to always go for the weak opponents because fair fight and sportsmanship won't get you out of bronze. Next up, get a Bloodthirster, a Frozen Mallet and a Guardian Angel. That will do for your items. And please, please, I'm begging you, if you're going to remember anything at all from this video, remember this. If you've gone 0-5, it's probably for a reason. Going in on the guy that killed you 5 times in a row and now has a huge gold lead is probably a bad idea. You probably will not be able to outplay a 3000 gold difference. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little Yasuo guide. I think you should find it educational. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you did. Also, subscribe to my channel if you do not want to miss any of my amazing daily content. And until next time.